I don't think it'd be wise to make a decision with all the change that's been happening. I think it is time to head back to the farm. I need to meet with Chris and see what the plans are and what we need to do moving forward before I make any crazy decisions on life here and whether I'm going to stick it out or sell the farm. I need to give it some time. I need to heal from the loss. I need to figure out if I actually enjoy this farming stuff. Hey Lucas, what's going on?
Hey, Chris, thanks. Thanks for doing the harvest for us. That helped out a lot. I can't thank you enough.
Well, that's what we're here for, and we're glad to help.
I've been thinking about a lot. And what if I'm just not cut out for this farming stuff and it's not for me? I don't want to make a decision anytime soon on it. I want to do a lot of farm work, get a little bit more used to it, and then make a decision. But what if it's not for me?
Well, Lucas, that is a possibility, but I think we have some plans here. I've been going over all the paperwork and all the fields, and I think we have a very successful farm on our hands. If we do a few things this fall and winter to get prepared for next year, you're going to see a huge, huge profit, I believe. But there is a possibility that it's not for you, but I want to give you the best opportunity possible to figure that out. This winter, one of the things that I want to do is I want to bring in one of my coworkers, a good friend of mine who is a mechanic, and give you a huge lesson in how to maintain this equipment. I've seen in the paperwork that your dad was spending a lot of money on maintenance on the vehicles, and I think it would be best for us to transition to actually maintaining those vehicles and all the implements ourselves.
Oh, that sounds super overwhelming, but I appreciate it and I think I'm up for it. I'm definitely up for it.
Sounds good. I think today I think I want to get you on plowing. So the flax field's ready to be plowed. We've gotten all the bales moved from there. I want to get it plowed. You guys have a really nice plow implement set up. I'll get you set up on that before, but I got to go to the co-op and get the rest of the flax sold that we had to pre-buy for. I'll get that taken care of, but if you could get started on plowing, we'll meet up afterwards and talk about the plans to prepare the fields for the rest of the fall leading up to planting the next crops that we're going to do. Okay, it's all on me now. So Chris is going to take the truck in. He's going to head into town, go to the co-op. I need, this tractor here, and I need the plow. Oh, it's right over there. Okay, get it all hooked up, back on up, and go ahead and get out here and attach this thing here. Oh, we need to back up just a little bit more. That'll do. All right, get that all hooked up. All right, let's head out to the field. Okay, Chris gave me a nice little rundown on what to do in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and push this, lift this lever here. Oh, that looks good. That looks real good. All right, let's look behind us here. Oh yeah, let me get out and off the road a little bit. Turn the wheel a little. It's not too bad. All right, look ahead of us here. Okay. Okay, I think we're good. Do this to lower it. And it should start plowing. All right, I'm gonna put on a little bit of music here and just enjoy the ride and see how I enjoy this. See if it's fun, see if it's enjoyable, if it's something I want to do for a living the rest of my life. It's time to get going. Well, I hope I'm doing this right. It seems like it is. I know my dad always used to do the perimeter of the fields twice before going up and down, and to be honest, I'm not 100% sure. Maybe just give him some room to turn around, or I can't imagine. That's got to be why, right? It's just being able to turn around at the end of the field so we don't run into the fences. But so I got that done. I think what I'll do is just cruise up to the top of the field and then start going back and forth this direction. I think that'll be a good way to finish. Doesn't seem that bad so far. Just cruising, listening to some tunes, and kind of peaceful, to be honest with you. All right, Lucas is out there taking care of the plowing now. There he goes. Nice view there. I think he's got it under control. I think we're in good hands here. We'll let him keep going. We're gonna head on to the co-op. After that, we got a lot to do. After he's done plowing, we're gonna go over the plans on how to prepare these fields. And from what I noticed, they haven't been plowed in a while. It doesn't seem like they've been treated with lime. As you can see, the soil looks very dry out there. So we do need to get some life back into the soil. And so we'll be treating it with some lime. We also will be doing some anhydrous, I think, because they have a great setup for anhydrous already. And I noticed that the tanks had a decent amount of product in it. So if we can get away with that, even though I'm not a huge fan of going over a field that's been plowed with something like a cultivator that's attached to the anhydrous. So it'll be interesting. It's a different way to do it, but it'll also give us a chance to get the lime on the field first, and then we can start, with the anhydrous and mix it all into the soil and get it, in there nicely. It looks like we got a little bit of work going on here with the bales still. We'll have to check in on that later, but we're getting these all wrapped up over here. Bales are getting nice and created, so we'll check on that later. We got all the bales created in the other field already. We just got to pick them up and move them around. A lot of work to be done. We'll keep on cruising on with all this work. See, we got about 900 bushels left here to take over of the flax. We're going to go ahead and just sell the remainder now, even though prices aren't great. So we'll get a decent amount of money for that. But also wanted to talk to them a little bit about their pre-buy options and figure out if we do need to look into that, though. I feel like we do have a lot of oats left. So if we can just get by until winter when the oats go to a good price, I think we're going to be set pretty good for this family. And I think it's a good day. I think it'll be a good day. I think we'll get a lot of work done. And Lucas not being so sure about being a farmer has got me a little concerned. But we got him set up pretty good. We got a lot going for him. We got my buddy coming to town to help him learn how to be a mechanic. I'm not the best at that, so he does all of my maintenance on my farm. So it'll be real good to get that going, and that'll show him the whole ropes and everything about it and the best way to be profitable. And that's our plan here, to be as profitable as possible and teach him the ways so he can figure out how to do all this stuff on his own. So I think it'll be good. All right, let's get this dropped off, and then we'll talk to them about the remainder that I did drop off. See how that's going to work for us. Well, interesting enough, they told me that they are completely full and we'd have to sell the rest of the flax somewhere else. Kind of interesting. I know they've ran out of, the demand's that low right now apparently, but there are a couple other places in town that we can go to. I'm gonna head down the road and see about that and sell this, what ends up being 340 bushels that we do have left. So we'll head on over and try to find a place to sell. And a good tip that we got back there was that it is down this road, one of these grain elevators. And I think it's that last one down there. Let's cruise around. General Mills, yes, that's the one we're looking for. All right, they said we just pull in here, and there we go. Go ahead and unload what we have. Okay, they just gave us a check for $36,399. I see why they're doing flax now. What a good profit there. I think we're good until winter. Money's looking great. Gosh, I didn't realize it was that profitable of a crop. I guess I could have learned a lot from Henry. Let's go ahead and get back. We'll get we need to get a delivery. I need to call, like, I should have checked at the co-op when we're there, but we'll get it sorted out. figure out exactly how we're gonna get some lime in up to the farm, because we need a lot of it. We're gonna need a lot of lime. All right, looks like he's making a pretty good progress there. I'll have to make some phone calls and figure out the next steps here, but all is well, going pretty good. So this looks like what they've been using as a spreader. Pretty awesome. So let's go ahead and see. I think I can just take this into town, back to that co-op, and get it full. And that's, well, let's see. I don't want to rent anything or lease anything that costs us a lot of money when we can just drive back and forth. We'll see. We'll do this first load and see how far it gets us, and then go from there on whether or not we need to lease anything to deliver the rest of the lime. I think it would be wise to save as much money as possible for this family, even though we're sitting pretty good. I don't want to be the one making decisions that really upset anyone. And 33 miles an hour, it's just down the hill, just past the cattle farm where we're going, so not too terrible of a drive. All right, we've arrived. We'll have to get a good price from them, but I believe they wanted us to pull up over by these bins here, and they'll bring out some equipment to help load it up. Well, $6,300 per load is what we'll end up paying, and not a terrible price, but we'll find out how terrible or good it is once we use it all. We'll see how far this lasts us, and like I said, we'll do the first tank full and figure out from there if we're gonna need something to help deliver this, because it is a little time consuming to drive down here. We gotta wait for them to be able to help us out, and then we gotta, you know, bring it back. So see how it goes. Just about done out there. That's beautiful. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna pull aside here. I think this might be a good spot to park for now. We can go ahead and just stop right here. But I am going to head on over to the field and pick up a good amount of bales to make sure that we're all prepped for the next field to be able to be plowed. I think that'll be very important. Let's head on over there, get that done. We'll move them down to probably down by the cattle feed, and I'm almost leaning towards keeping them all for now, selling as we need to, because gosh, we got a lot in stock. So get the rest of these all picked up, and then we'll get to liming.
Hey, Chris, are you on the radio?
Yeah, Lucas, what's going on?
Well, I just finished plowing. Actually, there's a couple of areas I kind of missed. I'm going to need to clean up, but I just got done. Is there anything else you need me to do next?
Well, what did you think of plowing? Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, it's actually really relaxing. I just kind of listened to some music, just felt like driving around, and just gives you a lot of time to think and be with nature at the same time.
Absolutely. I love hearing that. So yeah, I think what we could do, there's going to be plenty of liming to do. So I think I'll spread lime on that field. We got field 6 prepped for you. So you could head over to that one and start plowing over there if you want to keep plowing, or you can do lime on here. Either way, we'll get you doing some lime.
Oh yeah, I think I'll drive over to that other field and start plowing it. Absolutely. That seems like a good plan. And then maybe after you're done with that, it'll be time for me to do the lime on field number 6. And I can learn that process as well.
I think that's a solid plan. Go ahead and head on over there, start plowing. Like I said, it's prepped and ready for you. Making some good progress today. I love it. All right, well, Lucas is all done with plowing this field, so we'll go ahead and start spreading it. He decided to start plowing field number 6. I think he's starting to enjoy doing things in tractors that aren't just running the grain carts. So that's exciting. But we'll see now, the moment of truth. This thing has a good working width, so no guided steering. But we'll go ahead and activate this. See, we're not far enough over. Let's get about right here. And that should be good. You know, the lime's not going down as fast. You know, it's not bad. So we'll see. I'm going to get this first tank all used up, and we'll see how far we've gotten. And see how, much money we're going to have to spend today. And we're just back with the second load here. We did not get around the headland. $6,300 more out the pocketbook. I imagine this is going to cost close to $40,000 just to do this one field. So that being said, we might start spending a little bit or selling a little bit of that straw. And I did end up keeping that field near the farmyard. And when we pick up the bales near the feed lot, we'll go ahead and use all of those for the cattle. Yeah, I think we're gonna need a little bit more cash, but we'll keep an eye on the dollar amount and make sure we have enough for the bills every month. Getting really close to October now, just 2 more days in September, so we should be able to get most of this field prep work done in September, and then we still got to have that conversation about what we're gonna plant. And after seeing how much the flax is gonna actually profit, I'm almost thinking we do flax in the other 2 fields, but I'm definitely going to let that be Lucas's decision. I want him to make those calls. Running this a little different than we've ran other farm rescue series that we've done, and the other families we've really had to help with most of the things that they're doing on the farm. And here I want to really force Lucas's hand to make decisions and do a lot of the work like we're doing so far. Fun, different adventure. I think it's going really well so far. Well, that was a grind and a half. After 6 trips, 6 tanks full, we've got it done, and we've spent all of the money that we made today. But that was kind of expected. So we got that done. We're gonna have to go back, get it filled up again. And that's the smallest of the 3 fields. So we're looking at like $150,000 in lime. So we'll be selling some straw. It'll get us by. We got a plan. A little sad about how much that ended up costing, but I'm gonna take a break though, because we can't lime a field that's not ready for us. And we'll check in on Lucas, see how he's doing. But I'm gonna get the anhydrous equipment all prepped as much as I can now that we're done with baling down at the field by the feed yard or the feed lot. So that'll give us another tractor, and that one is a little more powerful from what I understand, and it'll be perfect for doing the anhydrous. So that's what's next on the list. We'll have Lucas do the liming. We'll do the anhydrous on the first field and make sure that equipment's all good and prepped for him to do the second round of it. But I did want to head on over here and take a look at what we have. That looks like a cedar. Okay. That should be good. And then, yeah, there's the tank that I'm pretty sure is pretty full. And then, yeah, we'll pull this behind it. All right. On to the next thing. But my thought here was that we would get the soil really treated well. We plowed it. We don't typically use something like a cultivator and get it in a cultivated state after plowing, but got the lime down. Now we're getting some anhydrous down, so we'll get a good amount of fertilizer going with this field. But I think it'll be in good shape. Let's go ahead and take a look. Yeah, this looks a little bit better already. A little bit more color to the soil than it was when it was plowed. So I think it'll be good. I think this is a good setup. Go ahead and cruise around, get this going. We're going to get Lucas started on liming field number 6. We have Bobby down on field 7, finished baling and is now working on plowing that field. A lot of progress being made. The only other thing I want to do before September ends is get that new grass field established. So we'll bust out this anhydrous and get going from there. Well, we've had to get our first load of anhydrous, and that was about $12,000. We're gonna have to sell the rest of that straw because we still have a lot of lime to buy. We got some seed to buy. I was a little optimistic, and that's really strange for me, but things are going good. Yeah, Lucas is taking care of the lime on field number 6, so that's going good. Plowing at field 7's almost done. Yeah, it's a pretty challenging day here, but we're gonna have to sell more. And I think we might, hate to say it, but postpone creating the grass field a little bit because we got to get these fields prepped. I probably should have prioritized the grass field first, but that didn't happen. So here we are, all done with the anhydrous on that field. I'm gonna set this up here. We are gonna, we'll let Lucas do this field. That's been the plan, so we'll go ahead and stop off, but time to check on Lucas. Well, apparently what I'm doing right now is gonna help the soil have a better pH balance, which will in turn allow us to get a better yield next year, and I'm excited about that. I'm starting to get the hang of some of this farming stuff. What's really really concerning me at this point is, am I going to be able to maintain these once Chris is gone, and once that guy that gets here this winter helps us out figuring out exactly how to do that crash course that he's talking about. That sounds super exciting. I just don't know if I'm cut out for this. Farming's hard. Every day of my life doing this, I don't know. I don't know if this is what I want to do. But Dad would be proud of me right now. I can feel that. 100% understand that. Well, I think I'll get this done. Shut off this camera for a little bit. Look at that view. Beautiful view out here. I'll talk to you later.